Hey everyone, it's me again. I know I'm super late to the party. It was my finals. So allow me to give you my sincerest apologies.
I am going to remind you in advance that I am very sorry and I apologize.
But hey, it's better to be late than never show up at all. Am I right? Am I right? Anyways, I'm here to talk about the Violet Arcane Shards and how I myself thought it was mostly useless. But I'm here to tell you that it is super strong. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, let's take a look at the buffs. Mr. Editor, please do the thing. First, you gain 10% or 15% if Tau Force ability damage on enemies affected by electric status effect. Ability damage is a special damage multiplier that cannot be achieved with other methods, only Arcane Shards. This damage multiplier applies once, meaning it doesn't double tip, unlike faction damage, aka Roar, since we're talking about abilities. Secondly, you gain 30% or 40 if Tau Forced electric damage bonus multiplier, and this effect increases by 10% for each Crimson, Azure, or Violet shards equipped on your Warframe. This effect, in my opinion, is utterly useless, and here's why. First of all, nobody uses electric as a damage type currently. Secondly, you may think of adding it just to free a mod slot on your primary, or add to it since it works as a mod. But here's the kicker: Shock Trooper exists and Corrosive falls off as a damage type currently due to how armor scales currently, and it isn't a good reason for me to give one Arcane Shard slot unless you are building something specific, and that's a different story. The third buff, you gain 25% or 37% if Tau Forced critical damage to melees, and if you have max energy above 500, this effect is doubled. This one is really interesting. Last but not least, health pickups give 20 or 30% if Tau Forced energy, and this works the same way with energy. This is the same effect that Equilibrium offers, and it scales additively with it, but, and it's a big but. Wait, editor, not this one. Yep, this one. Way better. Now, where were we? You need to know that Equilibrium is used for energy sustainment with Synth Fiber on your companion. So if you want to substitute it with Arcane Shards, you need to know that you need 5 shards to get the full benefit as Equilibrium and 4 Tau Forged shards to get 120% energy to health conversion, and vice versa. And I don't think this is worth it. And here's where the but comes. Bro, what the f***? Here where the but comes. You don't need to have 110% energy to health conversion. You can add how much you need and move on. Whew, that was a lot. If you didn't understand any detail, feel free to use the timestamps or join my Discord for more behind the scenes stuff, or simply chilling. But hey, in the meantime, why don't you smash the like button so the algorithm loves this video just as you like it to watch it till this point? Thank you in advance. Moving on. Now, since you have a good understanding of this shard's capabilities, now let's take a look at some ideas. First, let me inform you that some of the footage doesn't have the buff that I'm talking about because it's hard to get this amounts of Arcane Shards, and I'll explain why in a bit. So without further ado, let's take a look. First, I'll use 5 shards of crit damage on my Warframe, either normal or Tau Forge, depending on your resources. These shards will give me critical damage to my melee, and this will be paired with a melee Warframe, for example Korra, Kulevu, and Baruch, and the list goes on. All of these Warframes, the ones mentioned at least, benefits from critical damage since they have either exalted melee or pseudo exalted melee, or a one-shot combo that utilizes a melee. All of them have enough base energy to surpass the 500 max energy condition, and if it's not, just spare a slot for a blue shard for the missing energy. There are some Warframes that fit this category, like Excalibur with his pseudo exalted and exalted weapon, and speaking of pseudo exalteds, we have Atlas and Gara with the ceramic dagger incarnate or the incarnate Magistar critical buffs, and Wrathful Advance being a helmet that allows you to get flat critical chance. That's great and all, but what if we want to use ability nuking setups? I know that the previous list had the same thing, but in this method I'm using the first buff that gives me bonus ability damage to enemies affected by electric status effect, and here we have none other than Gyre. Nope, not Wolf this time. Sorry bro. Why Gyre, you'll be asking? She can proc the electric status effect with her abilities and benefit from the amount of electric status effects existing on enemies, giving herself, by this I mean her abilities, crit chance and critical damage using her passive and her third ability. You can do the same thing with the infamous combo of Marked for Death and Energy Vampire from Trinity, but in this case you will have to get a primer to proc the electric status effect. A good one is the Epitaph, modded for viral and electric, even the Zakti. Hell, the Nuker will be the best in such case in the next update. Last but not least, the Equilibrium buff thingy. You can have 2 Tau 4 shards to give you 80% energy to health conversion and vice versa, and you are good to go, since it will be enough after all, unless your build is giga energy hungry. The last one is the primary electric damage. Is a complete dog shit, but here's the thing you can make use of. You will use a single warframe, making it a weapon platform for primary weapons only. You see how copium and stupid this is? Couldn't think of anything else. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, learned something new. Please consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind. Oh, so drop a like. It's very appreciated. Stay tuned and see you all next time in the next video. Bye bye.